All right, welcome back. We continue with the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown each and every Sunday night. Josh Bell has been terrific, but he looks like there could be a little bit of fatigue here. He plays every game, and he's left some guys in scoring possession. Jason Mackey, is it time for him to sit? What does Clint Hurdle plan to do with Josh Bell?
Well, he basically told us all to pump the brakes after today's game. I do think it's time for Josh Bell to take a seat just for a game. I mean, he looks fatigued. It looks like he's pressing a little bit. He's chasing pitches out of the zone that we were not seeing him chase early on. I think he would benefit from having a game off, just get away from it. I mean, geez, look at his May. I mean, we're not talking about any sort of dissertation on how he's played, but I do think it's time for maybe him to get a game down and then just go back at it. Clint Hurdle was in a tough spot. He certainly couldn't sit him down with the way Bell was playing, but I can't see keeping him going at this pace.
Again, it's organizational mixed messages. We've seen Gregory Polanco have a 2-home run game and then sit out the next afternoon. And my poor producer, Craig Riley, when he asked Clint Hurdle, well, it's easier to play first base so he doesn't need the rest, Clint wanted to rip his head off and was offended by that comment. So they got to, again, be consistent. If you think that sometimes less is more, if you're going to rest guys, I think even somebody like Josh Bell can use a blow every now and then.
I got two things here. First of all, I don't think no millennials know what pump the brakes mean. And I'm offended too by saying first base is easy. Come on, man. You see, that was a really tough scoop he tried to make today. That in-between hop with Newman. That's not an easy position. So Riley, you're wrong right there. I agree with Hurdle. But you know, I'm all for Josh Bell playing, man. Let him play. Everybody's coming out to see him. You're 25 years old.
What is he, Cal Ripken, Mark?
Yeah, if I'm 25 years old, I want to play every time, too. I want to go out and see him play as well. Sure, he's going to have to sit down here and there, 162 games. But
what if he
I
pulls
want to see him playing 155, though.
What if he pulls a Kessel and says, I have a streak, I'm not letting it go? And it's Hurdle says, wait a minute, you need one. Who wins that battle, Jason?
Oh, I think Hurdle wins that streak. Phil Kessel has, what, 9 years or something like that?
I understand that, but I mean, let's say I'm just saying hypothetically, let's say he wants to have a streak. He wants to play every game. His choice is to play.
Well, then he needs to not chase as many pitches and look like he needs to sit
that last
down.
at-bat was awful.
I'm not trying to be too hard on Josh Bell. He's been tremendous, but I mean, you watch the game, he looks off.
He was flustered this weekend.
And I don't blame him. I don't think anybody's wrong here. I'm just saying take a day down, and I don't want to hear about a consecutive game.
He gets off tomorrow, right? So
yeah, you got one. Right? Normally you follow that with another one. Mark, I want to ask you about Darren Dietrich, a guy who made a lot of headlines around baseball by clobbering the Pirates. I think he has 7 home runs this year against the Pirates alone. He had 3 in one game, and this is after he hot-dogged it around the base paths, taking 30 seconds to do so. Should the Pirates have plunked Derek Dietrich, Mark?
Well, you know, probably not. I probably wouldn't have. However, I have a different view of it because if that was me, I wouldn't want my kid acting like that. That doesn't mean I want the kid being thrown at. I think that's a little bit out of control a little bit. But I tell you one thing, if that was my kid and he was acting like that, I would probably have a little sit down with him. I'd probably be that.
You'd plunk him yourself.
I'd probably have that Clint Eastwood meme. Lawn type of thing situation. Like I said, it's fun in games. But then when you see, you know, you're probably going to see like 10, 12-year-old kids doing the same thing. Do you really want to put that out there? Like I said, the kids probably like it. I'm a little bit older, so I don't like it, but I wouldn't hit him.
I know, Jason, you were like the high school version of Don Drysdale, so you probably would have headhunted.
Hey, I covered his game, and no, he was not.
Okay. Well, you know, my thing with Derek Dietrich is this. If you don't like what he's doing, throw strikes and get him out, okay? You know, celebrations in sports are now everywhere. The NFL has adopted it and has grown to accept it. I'm not saying that a guy has to moon the crowd or take his shirt off, but if somebody wants to celebrate a great feat like a 3-home run game, I've got zero issue with it, especially when I have a team like with Chris Archer, who celebrates big strikeouts, Francisco Cervelli, who makes a theatrical production of everything, and Gregory Polanco, who sometimes takes his time out of the batter's box. So I don't have an issue with it.
Little known fact, Mark actually covered one of my McKeesport Daily News baseball games.
I remember nothing about it. So
really?
So you didn't really leave an impression on me.
I didn't leave an impression on anybody. Although I was the lead of your story, and somehow you didn't quote me. So good job there.
I probably didn't care. I probably just wanted to get home.
Bob, this is off the rails, Bob.
I know it is, but I like it. Let it go. No. Real quick, Jason, your take on that.
I would have thrown at Derek Dietrich. I think when you do stuff like that, you have it coming to you. I don't have a problem with Derek Dietrich doing that, but that's a deal you make. If you're going to be a little bit of a hot dog and a little bit of a showman, fine. But
And
when
they threw at him in
drills you,
April, and what did it do them? He just kept hitting home runs against them,
Nothing. And
Jason.
we've been through this, Andrew. It's not so much about inflicting pain on Derek Dietrich. It's about standing up for your team. If you're the pitcher, after he does that, you drill the guy, and he might
But
charge
what are you
them out.
sticking up for? Like a guy that can't
You're
get
saying,
people out?
I've got your back. You're saying, this guy's not going to do that.
Well,
is it going to stop him from hitting a home run the next time?
Jason,
I don't know. I'm not pitching.
I get that on dirty plays. There's a high slide or a catcher gets run over and you stick up for your teammate, but not after a guy admires a home run. It's not apples to apples for me.
All right, we got to go around the horn, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for this week's Smooth Moves, brought to you by Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you will find, Armina Stone. So we ask each of these panelists about a smooth move of the week, whatever it may be. So, Mark, we'll start with you.
I guess my smooth move would be Brian Reynolds, but probably because it was about a week or so ago I made some kind of smart aleck comment on Twitter about how's this guy actually in Major League Baseball. Well, 2 11-game hitting streaks later, and I'm like cowering a little bit in the side. I want to hit that delete button. So, you know, he's been pretty good by, you know, the numbers he's there. But if Brian Reynolds is a guy that your best player or best young prospect, I think that says a lot about the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. I think he's a good player, but he's not somebody you build a franchise around. But he made me look like a fool.
Too bad he didn't clap back at you on Twitter, too.
Yeah,
nobody's
ever done that before.
Pony actually stole my smooth move of the week. Craig Riley, the pre- and post-game show on the Fan, agitating Clint Hurdle a bit, stirring the pot, being around Pirates. Cool to see Craig do his job every day. So.
All right, here's mine. The people's champion, right? Andy Ruiz Jr. We love Phil Kessel in Pittsburgh because he eats hot dogs, then he goes off and has the HBK line in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I love, Mark, don't take this the wrong way.
Here we go with the fat boy
Bigger, thicker athletes, and we've got one with this new heavyweight champion. What a story, Bob.
That really is a story, and he is a heavyweight champion. Those are the Smooth Moves of the Week, brought to you by Armina Stone. And they feature Pittsburgh's largest indoor stone gallery of granite and marble countertops imported from all over the world. And they give you the smoothest countertops in the area. Score a touchdown right now with new granite countertops from Armina Stone. Next up, Matt Murray. How much is he worth?